In this video I'm going to explain how to make a sign chart, how to construct sign chart for linear inequalities. And here I try to show one sign chart example. A function in standard form, it's written here, only the function is written here, and minus infinity and plus infinity side here, this is the root, and plus and minus signs, they are written here. And here I explain the steps while we are solving the questions, inequality questions, which steps we should apply. I wrote here them, and only I wanted to show this part again. When we are analyzing the function, here the function 2x minus 10 it becomes, this is the standard form of the function. This is equal to 2x minus 10. It's written here, not greater or equal to, or less than or equal to, greater than. It's not written here. Only 2x minus 10 it is written here. This is the standard form of the function, and this table is analysis of this standard function. It's going to be, and I'm going to explain on the questions. Firstly, while we are solving the inequality questions, while we are constructing the sign chart, we have to firstly write the polynomial inequality in standard form. Here, as I told you, this form is standard form, but these two, they are not in standard form. How to make them in standard form? You know, standard form of polynomial inequality, ax plus b is greater than 0, or ax plus b less than 0, or greater or equal to 0, or less or equal to 0, it must be. So this one, it is not in standard form, so I'm going to collect all the terms to one side. So 12 minus 4x when it is greater or equal to 0, this is in standard form. Or 3x plus 6 when it is less than 0, this is in standard form, it's going to be. Okay, let's continue with the first question, and we are going to solve how to, we are going to find how to solve the linear inequality. Okay, first 2x minus 10 is greater than 0, it is given. This is the question, and we are going to find the sign chart, and we are going to solve this one by using the sign chart. Write the polynomial inequality in standard form. It's already in standard form. Find the zeros of the roots. I'm going to write the zeros here, and I'm going to write with different color because this is not inside the solution. This is only the part of the solution. You are going to write the 2x minus 10, the main function, is equal to 0. When you say this is equal to 0, you are finding the roots of the. So this is the method how to find the roots. So 2x is equal to 10, it's going to be, then x is equal to 10 over 2, which is x is equal to 5. So this is the zeros. This is the 0 of the function here, and it's written here, which is equal to 5. This is the x1 value. Then I'm going to decide about the plus and minus sign. This plus and minus sign, actually it represents where the function value here, this value, is positive and negative. If I say this part is positive and this part is negative, when you apply one value in this interval, it means that it's going to give you negative value, and you apply here, it's going to give positive value. We are going to see that one. So determine the sign of the coefficient leading term. Here the sign of the coefficient is coefficient sign of x. Here is plus. So let me write with different color. Here it is plus. So this table, it's going to start with plus. Here construct the sign chart. It's already constructed. I put the values here, minus infinity side, plus infinity side, it's going to be. And in the sign chart, from right to left, start with the sign of the coefficient of x. I'm going to start with plus. It means that from right to left, it says, because I have two intervals between minus infinity 5 to infinity, so there are two intervals. I'm going to write here, it's here plus, it's going to be because the sign of the x, its sign of the leading coefficient is plus, so I'm going to start with plus. And it says that after the root, change the sign. Here there's only one root. If it is plus, the sign changes to minus. So it says from right to left, and if there are many roots, like if I draw one root example, I mean the sign chart example here, let's say there are roots here, there are 3 different roots or 4 different roots. When you start with plus, plus, minus, plus, minus. So for each root you are going to change the sign for each root you are going to change the sign, and for different intervals you are going to have different signs, and there are some exceptional cases. We are going to explain that one later. So it's going to be in this one. Then we are going to, let me clean this part. Then if the function is greater and greater or equal to, shade the pluses. If the function is less or equal to, then shade the minuses. So in this question, the main question that we are trying to find the solution set of the inequality is greater than 0. So we are going to shade the plus part. When it is greater or equal to, shade the plus part, it says. So I'm going to shade this part here like this. And this interval, which part shaded, is going to be the solution set of the question. Here I'm going to write 5 to infinity. 5 to infinity I'm going to write, but I have to decide about the closed parentheses or open parentheses, which means 5 is included or not included. 5 is not included because it is greater than. When we have greater than and less than, the critical point or the 0 is not included. Infinity is always open. 5 is not included because the sign is greater than. That's why this is the solution interval. But when we are writing this one, we should write mathematically x is element of 5 to infinity. We need to say, if we write this one as a solution set, we are going to add here x such that x is element of 5 to infinity. We need to say. Okay, this time we are going to analyze, in the second question, we are going to analyze 12 minus 4x. First, I'm repeating this part. 12 is greater than 4x is not in standard form. If you want to make the sign chart, first you should bring that one into standard form. And we are analyzing here 12 minus 4x. Then I have to find the roots of the equation, function. 12 minus 4x. Let me change the color to see that operation is not the part of this inequality. Only we are finding the roots here. 12 minus 4x is equal to 0. 12 is equal to 4x. X is equal to 3. I'm not doing all the operations step by step. As much as possible, I'm going to shorten them, and my aim to show how to construct a table. We will discuss about how to make this part again. And 3 is the solution of the second one, and I made the sign chart. And then I'm checking with respect to this one, I'm going to construct the sign chart. Then I'm going to define the sign of the leading coefficient. Leading coefficient here with respect to power is minus 4. So the sign of it is minus. Between 3 to infinity, this is the first interval, it starts with minus. This is the second interval. After the root, I'm going to change the sign. It's going to be plus. So we are going to check for the pluses, and it means that I'm going to shade the interval plus. Why it's like that? Because this function is asking greater than 0. Greater and greater or equal to 0 means you are going to shade the pluses. Okay, I got the pluses, so this is the interval that I'm looking for. So the interval is minus infinity to 3, it must be. And if we are looking for the greater than and greater, if we are looking for greater or equal to 0, it means that the solution x is equal to 3 is also included inside the solution set. So they must be both closed. But here the side of infinity is always open. There is a rule like that I explained before. That's why this is going to be open interval. Infinity side is always open. So the solution of this question, x is element of minus infinity to 3, it's going to be. And the last one now we are going to analyze 3x plus 6. So first I'm writing the function here. This is the function that we are analyzing, 3x plus 6, and the roots of this equation is, let me solve the question here, 3x plus 6 is equal to 0, 3x is equal to minus 6, x is equal to minus 6 over 3, which is equal to minus 2. It's going to be, so minus 2 is written here. With respect to sign of the leading coefficient, which is 3 here, it's going to be plus. So I'm going to write here plus. Then Here it's going to be minus because I'm going to change the sign after the root. From right to left I'm going to continue. I made that one and I found that this is minus interval, this is plus interval. And in the question we are looking for minus interval because it is less than equal to 0 and we should shade the negative interval. That's why I'm going to do like this. I'm going to shade this part and I'm going to find the interval like this. Then if I write the solution, I will write like this, minus infinity till minus 2. Since it is greater than, we are going to use open parentheses, and infinity side is always open, so it's going to be open parentheses for the infinity side, and x is element of minus infinity minus 2 is the solution set. Solution of the this question. But if I write the solution set for the last question, let me write the solution set x such that x is element of, this is the formula writing of the solution set, minus 2 it's going to be, and this is the solution set of the question.